Thank you so much, Miss Rosie. What's up, guys? It's Kichter, and welcome to Pride Month. How's everybody doing? I know I did a secret live last night until a little bit over midnight, playing Hades, and we still did not meet my frickin' boyfriend. Thank you, Weedmeister. Okay, hey, it's Pride Month. You can get your Yowie shirts. You could get your... Why do we even have that button? You could get your Yowie shirts. Here. Boom. At Kichter.com. And the Denmei tote bag is back in stock. So if you missed out on that, head to Kichter.com and pick up a Yowie shirt or a Kickstitch sticker or the Tears of 33 Heavenly Officials or Red String of Fate hands. Subtle gay. Yeah, thank you guys. Rose City Kimono says, the ever-elusive Grimmy boyfriend in the Hades AU. Right? I know! I can't believe it. Wizard of Moss says, I got to the Hades epilogue on Sunday. Oh my god, congrats! Congrats! I beat the Minotaur. I did not beat Theseus. Hey, CSCL. That yowie wowie. Miss Rosie says, I'm doing fantastic. I'm now on summer break and hopefully getting a pride / is that witch hat tattoo this month? Really? Oh my god, I want to see. That is awesome. And Arwin says, the Bing Cho is Bing Choing. Great, that's fantastic. And Weedmeister says, Hades is going to be the next game I play. That is awesome! Oh my god, hell yeah. And Chuya says, on Tomodachi Life, Narumitsu finally got together. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Narumitsu truther right here. That's wonderful. Last night, I had a couple people, oh no. One of my beloved Edgeworth sticky notes got ruined. That's okay. Helped me out with some motivation from him. Pathetic. And we got, I leave it in your capable hands, partner. And, fuck that Theseus fellow. And from Phoenix, smile in your darkest hour. Yay! That was to help me, with Hades. Chuya says, I got a Wang Xian acrylic figure and I dropped it and broke. No! Oh my god, that's so upsetting. Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry to hear that. Night Owl says, believe it or not, I didn't beat my Hades game until last week. Oh my gosh, we're all playing Hades together, guys. Hey, Esper lady! Oh man, it is so hot here today. We actually just finished. I am actually still wet and covered in hair. Washing the dogs because it's supposed to rain every single day after this, and today's like the hottest day ever, and we didn't realize the time because I don't know if you guys saw, there's like this viral video going along right now of this guy who's like coming after this company that stole like Lego from this guy, and Stitch and I accidentally ended up watching this like YouTube documentary that was like an hour and a half long, and then it was like, oh fuck, we need to watch the dogs, so we quickly did that. Shane says, me and my sister just finished A Date with Death, got all the endings, but ending 2 made us cry so much. If I got a sad ending playing Date with Death, that would just be so upsetting. Oh my god, I can't believe they put a sad ending in the game. That's evil, man. Wizard of Moss says, there's still so much to unlock in Hades after the epilogue. Oh wow, that's really exciting. And then there's a whole second game, right? Hey, RA is drawing? Says, hello, I slept the majority of the day, so I had no chance to draw, but I did post the sketch of Dragon Hushay in the community from last night's stream. Oh, I'm excited. We can check out the community. Spazzy says, I just saw the Ghetto Gojo breakup and I am angry. valid, very valid. That was so upsetting. Spacey Parker, hey, how are you doing? Spacey Parker has been a Supreme member for 25 months. Thank you so much, Spacey. And says, came to say hi. I'm watching the Stanley Cup with family. Oh, exciting! That is awesome. That is super awesome. Canucks this year, they lost everything. Tyler says, I made a special Pride Month Mitsuaya art. Should I send it to the community? Absolutely. I love Mitsuaya. That is incredible. Wizard Moss says, yeah, I want to play the second game so bad. Wow. That's just so awesome. My Greek mythology mission has been ongoing. I even brought my little book to a cafe today with Stitch, and we read about it. And also, I had to get my skates sharpened at the hockey shop, and there is a brand of skate guards called Aegis, or like Aegis, and I'm like, that's got to be a Greek thing. Flip open my little handbook. It is. It's like, it's either depicted as like the shield that like Zeus has, or like the coat that like Athena has, and so it's like a shielding thing. So it's like, ahaha, skate guard company named that. Aegis. Okay. Yeah. So Greek mythology is everywhere. I also bought Percy Jackson. So I'm gonna be super fucking educated. I'm thinking, I finished my little Greek handbook. I read Percy Jackson. I read Song of Achilles. I consume the Odyssey and the Iliad in some form, and then I will know everything. And then I will have completed Greek mythology. Sugarkiss just says nerd. Yeah, last week it was the Case File channel. It's a Greek mythology channel now. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, Lore Olympus. I want to read that too, actually. Yeah. Weebmeister, yeah. Actually, it was one of your comments the other day on stream that reminded me. I was like, I should read it, because I remember it was huge on Tumblr, like way back in the day. I remember lots of people talking about it. That's not far off. You really are speedrunning Greek mythology. And my task to you, to anyone out there who likes Greek mythology, is go watch the Arthur Greek mythology episode. Go watch the Arthur Odyssey episode. Ma Monroe, thank you so much for being a member for a whole month. It says 1 month that's a kickflip and 4 months into the Danmei world. Also, my door was your reel showing off all the TGCF hardcovers. The art was so beautiful, I had to check what that was about. Oh, no way. Oh, that's awesome. It's always so interesting to hear how people end up in the Danmei world. That's really cool. I should make a video. I should make the same video, but for the Modao Zushi hardcovers, because those just completed as well. That's awesome. Weebmeister says you have to read all the way to Sun in the Stars so you can read about Nico and Will. Okay, I will, because 2 of my really good friends cosplay them. So I love finally being able to unlock a conversation topic with friends. Sienna says, kind of related, but kind of not. The show Atlantis was pretty cool. It had a bit of Greek mythology as well. See, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Esperlady says, good job on getting your crafts course into Greek mythology. Yes. Hey, Kate, how are you doing? I was hoping you'd show up. Asher, thank you so much for gifting some jewels. Oh, brother. If I want to get into Egyptian mythology, I will read any ad. Okay, shall we look at the community? Kane Chronicles. Okay, Asher, thank you again for sending more jewels. Thank you so much, Asher. Wizard of Moss says, Percy Jackson author has an Egyptian myth series too. Oh, okay, cool. Quinn, thank you so much for donating. Quinn says, won't be able to make any streams this week, except a bit of this one. Oh, okay. Well, I'll try to make this one worth your while. Oh no, Kate, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. I'm gonna give you some energy. Ah! Pretend this isn't me shaking you, it's me sending you positive vibes. There's also one on Norse mythology called Magnus Chase. I saw that one at the bookstore because I saw Magnus and thought Magnus Archives, and then I thought I didn't get that far into the Magnus Archives. Oh my god, Tyler, I love this art. Here, let me share my screen. Oh, there we go. Let's zoom in on this. Oh, I love it. Happy Pride, Mitsuaya. Oh, Tyler, yes, it's your art. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sending some gifts, Tyler. So cute. Oh. Oh, hell yeah. Nice! I love Alien Stage. That's great. Hey, look. Omoringu art! You can see my subscriptions here. Let's go subscribe to Sugar Kiss. Okay. Oh. Some witch hat. Yes, this guy's hot. Very hot. Very hot. Book Witch Lair says, got this today with my dress for my gala. They're so cool. Ooh, our Tgcf cards. Oh, nice. Very nice. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, you got my boyfriend. Is T here? Is T in the chat? I read The Summer Hikaru Died Beef Leaf AU fic last night. And Asher, thank you so much for sending more jewels. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Asher. Oh, nice. Minoli says, did some subtle Hualian nails this week. What do you think? Those look amazing. The red string of fate. Yes. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. I really, really love that. That's awesome. Oh, wait. Oh my god, is the third book out yet? Is it out? Or has the third book been out for a while? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It is? When did it come out? Do we have... oh my god, Sugar Kiss! Happy Pride! Oh my god! That's so cute! Oh, thank you so much, Sugar Kiss! Okay, maybe I was getting it mixed up with volume 4, my bad. Oh, I use homophobia. Yay, we've come full circle. Oh, thank you so much. Yay, Pride. Is anyone going to any Pride events? Mountain says, for the sake of my husband, he asks, why is it that so many women are interested in gay romance stories? I don't feel like there's one correct answer, but I think, well, 1, boys are hot. 2, it's refreshing to read stories that don't have women in them, because women are often, you know, like, there's certain things that you experience in the world as a woman, and it is refreshing to not have to experience those things in the world when you're reading about boys. Weebmeister says, I am doing a Pride run with my LGBTQ running club. That's awesome! Oh my god, hell yeah. And use homophobia. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you so much for this clapping seal. I like him. Thank you so much. And Miss Rosie, thank you for donating, and says, I posted the tattoo concept, but you may need to refresh the community tab to see it. Happy Pride, everyone. Okay, I will. Let's see. Oh, very nice white no-face nail there. Oh my gosh, Asher, thank you for gifting more jewels. And Kate says, I got my Loblaws bread lawsuit money today. That's so funny. I didn't sign up for that. Oh my god. Thank you so much for sharing it. Gotta love class action lawsuits I didn't technically take part in. There was a thing in Canada where it was like, they like unlawfully raised the price of bread, and so you could sign up and get money back from the government because they did that. And I totally forgot about it. Dolette, Random Femme Hualian. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Oh my god, Dolette. Yes! Finished Hearts of My Ships. So cute. Oh, Bingjo. Hell yeah. And Beef Leaf and Hualian. Is that... And Bakudeku? Hell yeah. I don't think I know these boys, though. Who are these boys? Oh my god, Miss Rosie. I fucking love that brush buddy. Yeah! That is so cute. Oh my god, I love them so much. That's so cute. Oh, it's from Demon Slayer. Got it. That is awesome. That is really awesome. Miss Rosie, I gotta show Stitch that. Yeah, it's literally perfect. Okay. Glad you're getting into Green Yuri, Quinn Silva. One second. One second. Ugh. Don't worry, everything's fine. Okay. Tyler, thank you so much for gifting Silver Star. Thank you so much. And Asher, thank you so much. And, oh, who use homophobia sent poutine. I'm sorry I didn't see it in the moment. Oh, thank you so much. Asher, thank you so much. Yeah, I just got my skates sharpened and I was redoing the laces, and then when we rushed to leave to go wash the dogs, Stitch just texted me saying that she just tripped over my skates, and she didn't get cut or anything, but it was just like kind of like scary moment. So I should not have left my skates on the ground. Thank you so much, Asher, for sending gold coins. Jaded Chaos says, I posted about Lamonji. The parakeet. I would love to have some help with naming the other two with the other Danmei boy names if you would. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, I would. Oh my god, the poutine is hilarious. Wait, can I eat it? Oh, yeah, yeah. Nom, 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 nom. Thank you so much. I use homophobia in this month of Pride for sending us some pride and some poutine. Oh, you were in Canada for a little bit, Vicoin. That's exciting. You're in the land of Kichter and Danmay Island. I have no idea if I'll make it a stream these days. Oh, 15-hour time difference. That's awesome. We were in the same country for a little bit. Oh, okay. Oh my god. Oh, is this? Oh, I see. Dialumi says, I brought Shenching Cho over to cheer up Luchinga, and he started taking pictures of him. Cheer him up by taking some photos. Oh, this is Spark Major's incredible OC art. Oh my gosh. Oh, very cute. Oh yeah, hell yeah. I saw the full image of this. This is just gorgeous, though. This is just beautiful. I love all, like, the subtle, like, lighting and stuff you did. You're such an amazing artist, Spark Major. Wait, Spark Major here in the chat? It was posted 16 hours ago. Arya's drawing says, I was getting at how familiar their dynamic is to Hua Chung and Hushua, and it gives all the same. Yes, I was making a joke about shipping Hua Xuan, but I realized that those two guys on the manga aren't the ship, though, right? Not that I care. I just think Hua Xuan is a funny topic on the channel. Oh, cute! Oh my god, very cute, very cute. Oh my god. Oh my god, so cute. Oh my gosh. That is so cute. That is so cute. Lumwonji, or should I say Lumwonji is so cute. Sleepy Lumwonji. Aww. Ooh, and you need names for the other babies. Oh my gosh. Sleepy Lumwonji. That's so cute. Ooh, what's a good white name and a good green name? Or is he kind of light blue, too? Very good questions. Oh, they're very cute. Pride and poutine. That's great. Sparks for Spark Major. I'll keep scrolling, don't worry. It's Sasuke and Hirano from Sasuke and Miyano. Okay, yeah. So not Miyano. As you can tell from how I assumed they were banging in the movie, I'm not extremely well versed in Sasuke and Miyano. How come there's no background music? What? There we go. Do 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 do. All right. Oh wait, is Spark Major here? Oh, hello, Spark Major. Did you see? I just saw your art. It's so beautiful. Oh my god, Tina, very nice. Very nice pride nails. Lovely, lovely. Where all my gays at in the chat? It's okay, Spark Major. I had like a really long pause for a moment, so you're good. You can skip forward. Okay, I'm scrolling down. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yee says call me Yee. Got it. Okay. Thank you, Yee, for sending so many jewels. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, and you even sent ketchup chips. See, I'm a part of a thing with YouTube, like testing out the new features, and one of my feedback things is that it's actually really difficult to it's really easy to miss the jewel gifts because they're so quick and they disappear in the chat. They don't end up in the same area as the oh, they do appear in the fan funding now. They actually altered that. That's good. That's good. That means our feedback was working. So thank you so much for sending poutine and sparkles and star and coin and happy pride. Thank you so much for sending happy pride. And Tyler, thank you so much for sending happy pride. Oh, you guys are spoiling me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I've got a Yee for each hand. Got multiple friends named Yee. I'm only half gay on my mother's side, says Spazzy. John Grulian says, I just ordered my proof copy for volume 2 of my Dan May series yesterday. Oh, exciting! What a great way to start off Pride Month. Hell yeah! That's wonderful. I really love to hear that. That is awesome. Nad Roses, hello, says, I have put something super cute in the community tab. Hee hee, happy Pride. Oh, okay, I'm excited. I'm excited. Miss Rosie says, got to go get ready for my stream, but have a wonderful night, everyone, and kicked her. Thank you. Have a wonderful stream, Miss Rosie. And Harwin says, should I become a Yee as well? Many Yees in the chat. Many Yees in the chat. Something funny that I've been seeing with like Pride Month is like, listen, I have so many gay friends. It's wonderful. It's just absolutely wonderful. And I love seeing, you know, like the memes going around where it's like you can say what like your sexuality is, what your like gender is, what your preferred pronouns are, and how some people have it like labeled out down to like a science, like they know exactly what they are. And I have other friends that are like, I don't know. You know, just queer, you know? We're all a little bit gay. We're all a little bit gay. I was like, oh yeah, like, should I wear like a pride bracelet like we went out today? And I was like, you know what? My wedding ring is my permanent pride bracelet. Arwen says my solution is to be queer until 25. And then pin things down and sort out my life. Fuck yeah, just don't worry about it. Just have fun and see where the world takes you. Kate says I'm incognito gay because I'm bi, but I'm in a heteronormative relationship, so no one will ever know. That's right. Me too, but the opposite way, if that makes sense. Tina says, I'm in my 40s and don't have it figured out, lol. Oh my god, this is so cute, Xavian. That's so cute. Oh my god, with the bunny. Oh my goodness, Kick Stitch baby. We had a baby! You know, Stitch and I have been imagining how life would be if we had a baby. Oh, I like how you did me in the game. That's awesome. I like my outfit. Kichter is bangsexual. Only like the boys with bangs. That's exactly correct. That's exactly correct. RA is drawing. That's so funny. I literally saw that and like reacted to it in my mind and was like, oh my god, that's like so beautiful. And I didn't say anything out loud. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. RA is drawing. has drawn beautiful Shay with an egg, and you drew the egg in the stroller, which is what I even mentioned on stream last night. Oh my god. Thank you so much. That's so cute. I gotta show Stitch that. That's so funny. Stitch, yeah, Arya's Drunk says, sketch of dragon Hushay with an egg and the egg in a stroller? I'll probably add some more doodles below it. We'll see. I would love to see more doodles of that. Them carrying around their little egg. That is very, very cute. And then a little, like, little baby dragon, Hushay dragon's gotta pop out with, like, a little egg tooth. Because that's always so cute. Wizard of Oz says, I love the stroller egg. Yes! Oh my gosh. Orion's Belt says, I used to be a lesbian, then I figured out I'm trans, so now I'm a straight man. I have many friends like that. Kate says, all the lead up to case file, better result in Shay Ching Chung being pregnant. Oh my gosh. Robin Aster Magic says, I'll take my hetero relationship though, because he understands my Danmei obsession and fuels it. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And I say I have lots of gay friends. I have many straight friends too. Many straight friends with also like wicked, like guy partners or boyfriends or husbands, you know? I have many guy friends that are awesome. Oh my god, there's so much good stuff in here. There's so much good stuff in here. Wait, I'm gonna scroll all the way down to the bottom and then go up. Oh my goodness gracious. How have I missed so much stuff? Oh my god, this is so cute. Yes, Amy the Lizard, yes. Sienna, that's cool. You're still cool. Nad Rosa says, my hetero relationship is also glorious. It's so funny because you guys are the minority in this chat. Thank you so much, CSL. Oh my gosh. Oh, for the recap. Okay. Oh my goodness. The recap is officials find Shiwuru's body, but no head and no Shi Qingxuan. A writing lesson in the group chat is interrupted by Mount Tonglu opening, and Shailian has to kiss Hua Chung. Shailian volunteers to stop a new Ghost King from being born. Laugh or cry counter 19.5. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, we're at like a pretty integral part of the plot right now with Mount Tonglu opening. It's very scary. And the whole like Hua Chung being like, yeah, someone else is behind all this. Like, what? Oh, not the group chat. Ghost City, my bad. LOL. A writing lesson in Ghost City. I was like, the group chat, I'm like, because they talked to, like, Ling Wen, but that was maybe 2 streams ago. Oh yeah, and Golden Terrace just came out. One of Stitch's favorite Danmei. I've read that one as well. It's only 2 volumes. So, be sure you get Golden Terrace. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. Okay, I think keeping my head on my body, Scorpius, that's so funny. I may have to prioritize. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Are we seeing this? Are we seeing Lou's art here? Holy shit. This is fucking incredible. Lou, are you in the chat? Thank you so much, Yi, for gifting sparkles. This is incredible beef leaf art. I love this style. Oh, Weebmeister, yes! Yeah, we have the old copies too. So excited. His ass is not learning calligraphy. Oh man, I can't remember if I took my allergy medicine today. Oh, Weebmeister! All my stuff from Kate arrived today. I love them so much. Oh, that's so cute! Yay! This most incredible art print. Oh my god. Yes, yes, I love, that's my other favorite art from Kate too, is the other Arha one. That's so good. Incredible, incredible. Oh my goodness, yes, more beef leaf drawings. Yay! Ah, I'm so in the beef. Jaded Chaos, I was thinking Lan Chi Chen as well for your other bird. Lan Chiren could be funny if like the white light blue bird is like, seems like an old soul. Overworked Yin Yu, firstly, great name. To post in the community, I think you have to be on desktop, and then you go on my YouTube channel, and then you should see a button that says community, or go to posts, and then community. Spark Major says the Golden Terrace art is so good. It is on mobile now. Okay, good. I know for a while, it wasn't. Of course, of course. Oh, love to see lots of people got the hardcover. Hey, Horror Girl, heading to the mall, and I'm crossing my fingers they have Motozushi hardcover 5. Hey, and they did! I'm glad you have the Denmei Book Club tote bag. Thank you so much for buying that. Rose City Kimono says, I don't know why my membership post isn't being accepted, but it's been 19 months. Thank you so much. Also, Stitch needs to see a pic I posted yesterday from Ding Hai 4. Her man, Chong Ming, from Legend of Exorcism, shows up. Oh, interesting. That's cool. Jaded Chaos says, I'll keep y'all updated on them for sure. Also, I can post on the community for my phone too. Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, please keep us updated. They're so cute. Oh my gosh, what? Who's getting pregnant, Frodo or Hua Chung? What? What? Okay, we're caught up. We're caught up. Shane says, did you pick up Runwell Volume 5? It's Volume 5 is out? I have not finished reading Volume 2. Oh, Crimson Queen, thank you so much for sending Floating Heart. I know, right, Spark Major? Stitch and I flipped through the pages. I forgot to edit that video. God, I have so much to do. If only I wasn't playing Hades. Okay, we're going back up. We're going back up. This is so funny. Shiburu's interests, keeping my head on my body. Thank you, Yi, for sending Silver Star. Finish the Shei Ching Chung Mpreg art. Oh my god, you will not be joining me in the delivery room. Oh yes, yes. It's so good. This is adorable. Weird tea. Beef Leaf started dating on my island. So cute. Yeah, that's, you got their robes down. That's really cool. I did not hear a meteorite, Spazzy. Chi-Rong and his fit. That's cute. I like how he did the highlights in his hair. Robin Aster Magic says, when's your next book club? The next book club that we have filmed is Thrice Married to a Salted Fish. That'll be out this week. Volume 2. And then after that is The Wife Comes First, Volume 2. Chu says, I drew Lemon G. I kept trying to draw Wei Wuxian 2, but never ended up looking right. Maybe I'll try and draw him again soon. Oh, I think he looks great. That looks really good. That's awesome. Look, you got the perfect bang volume, and I like how you draw his eyes, and I like his nose. That's awesome. Spark Pager says, yippee, fish marriage. once I scroll all the way back to the top, I will refresh the page. Arya's drawings, and since Huyu cannot escape his birthday trauma, even on Danmei Island, I can give him this to cope. Spark's request of what I should draw for hybrid dragon Hushe AU. I will be drawing more dragon Hushe with an egg after I'm finished with this. Yes! I kind of like how baby girl Huyu looks on the bottom right. He was supposed to be a chibi here, but I couldn't make it look right. And yes, he sprouts dragon wings when he gets turned on. Well, maybe it could have been spurts. Or when he's about to fly. Dude, I love this. This dragon AU that you and Spark have been doing together is freaking incredible. Weebmeister says, oh yay, I am excited for the Thrice Married to a Salted Fish Volume 2 video. Yes, yes, it's a good one. It's a good one. Oh no, ex-friends. Ooh. Lunar Eclipse. I think bringing up Harry Potter is sometimes a difficult subject because the author is extremely transphobic, but lots of people, you know, grew up with Harry Potter and enjoyed the stories and stuff. I personally don't ever talk about it because I didn't grow up with Harry Potter, so I kind of don't have any, like, interest in it in any way, you know? That's probably why you might be getting some different comments about the books. Kit Poe says, not Danmei related, but here are strawberries out of my own garden, putting in also potatoes, cucumbers, radishes, carrots, and flowers. Oh my god, that's wonderful. Growing your own little garden? That is awesome. Nona says, Wei Ying and Lamonji Vampire AU. Ooh, I always love a vampire AU. I always love a vampire AU. That's awesome. I love that. He has to feed. He has to feed. Spark Major says, I stayed up way too late working on the little guys and have nothing else to show for it. Yes! Oh my god, your little guys are so cute. Guys, let's not talk about Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling in the chat today. It's Pride Month. Okay. Let's focus on Danmei boys. Spark Major says, I stayed up way too late. Yes, okay, I love this outfit so much. I love the little skull shirt. Oh my god, his little bow. Oh my god. So cute. Oh, hell yeah, I like that suit too. Man, I've been missing. If you don't log in every single day, you miss out on some outfits. Yeah, Danmei only, especially Case File and all of Greek mythology, actually. And I'm just teasing. I mean that in like a lighthearted way. Nobody's in trouble for bringing it up or anything. It's not bad. I'm just like, come on, let's talk about the Yowies. They're so cute. So cute. Oh fuck, I just clicked on it. Now we're gonna lose our spot. It is not a gay people only zone. Though I know you're just joking. It's okay. We can scroll. Kate says the only time anyone's in trouble is when I talk about Huashuan. Yeah, you only. And when you're in trouble, it's because I secretly think you want a little noogie from me. Sugar Kiss says, I started Golden Terrace. Nice! That's awesome! I hope you like it. I did get a little bit confused with the politics in it, to be honest. But that was a while ago. Kate says, oh no, you've seen through my ruse. CC Newbie! Don't even bring it up! Don't even- How could you? How could you? Oh yeah, I saw this. I've never ever heard of this. Do you guys know this one? Has anyone else heard about this? Sugar Kiss says, I finished Chapalong and was surprised how similar the politics are to Golden Terrace. Emperors hate military leaders. Got it. Right? I've never heard of it, no, but the sword named No Way Out. I don't know, like, is he shoving it in or is he pulling it out? There's one way out. Thank you, Kate. Oh my god, that's amazing. Edgeworth and Chuanning shaking hands. Aria's drawing says, I was working on some new OCs since me and a friend were talking about Crybaby tops. Hell yeah. And I already had one, but I wanted to make a new one to kind of get a fresh start in developing some new characters. So here's Luo Han-jung, who just got transferred to an investigation department and wasn't too happy about that. But almost immediately his perspective changes when he meets his new boss, Shay Fang-yu, who is exactly his type. Now motivated, he starts to get to know him and work with him on cases, and what turns into just attraction becomes affection, care, and devotion. Aww, that's amazing. That's really it for now in terms of what I have so far. It might not be anything more than that, and mostly just me drawing interactions between the two. Cute. Oh, I love a slut with the little things that keep your sleeves up. That's great. That's great. I'd like to see more from them. Robin Aster Magic says, I have had this obsession with reading all of the official translated Danmei out there. I've read a big assessment chunk. That's awesome. That is really awesome. Stitch is trying to do that as well. Right now I am on my community on YouTube on my channel. If you go to my channel page, there should be a button that says community. Also, I don't know where to buy these dolls, but these are so fucking cute. Are they not just adorable? Oh my god. The babies. When life gives you lemons, call the crown prince. Whipped lemonade. Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome. Oh, so cute. Little baby. Oh, Ari's drunk says, my mom bought these cinnamon dragon gummies and my case file pilled mind went, it's Hushay! I am the fire dragon, the fire cinnamon dragon, and you are the ice dragon. Aw, that's so cute. Kate says, Emma knows she sent me the link. Kate, send me the link. I have to sneeze. I'm so sorry. Guys, I'm going through it. I'm so sweaty. I'm having allergies. I'm also on, what's the word we used for when Lo Bingha gives you his period? The blood mites. I'm going through it, so if I seem a little distracted, it's because I'm like, Stitch almost cut her feet off. the mites. Drew Wen Rohan this time. Yes! Yes! Wen Rohan, he was hot, and he definitely had a thing with Lan Qiren, and I will die on that hill. Thank you, Esper Lady! Me, Short King Boo. Yay! Chen Xing fan art. Ooh, where is he from? He is very handsome. I like your art style. Orion's belt says, I know when Rohan fucks. Aria's drawing says, Lan Qiren bottom for sure. Yes, I agree. Aw, Robin Esther Magic, I'm glad. Robin Esther Magic says, you guys are also super helpful when you do a book club right before the next volume comes out, and I get a recap instead of going, what the fuck is happening? Because I have read 15 other books since. Yeah, right. Oh, Emmy. Aw. I'm glad you can catch up on the lives when you're better. We'll be excited. Excited for you. I'm happy to give you something to look forward to. Aw. Hope everything goes good with you, Emmy. And Aria's Drawing says more OCs. I might be obsessed with these new OCs right now. That's awesome. When you just have all the inspiration, that's the time when the light. What's that idiom about the time is right when something strikes? You know what I meant. Jay, case file's so hilariously offensive. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. Merman bandana. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, look at mermen holding hands. I love it. Wait, Kate, isn't when Rohan bottoming what people would assume because like the lands are all like tops? Hell yeah, gay rights. Hey, I have this poster, and this art is from Bear Bricka, I think? Really, really incredible artists. Aw, this is cute. Hualian loves you in this month of Pride. Aw. I love you too in this month of Pride. And all months. Oh, Peerless Cucumber says, I went to a cosplay convention a few days ago. Here are my cosplays as Moran from Arha and Chenchincho as from Scumvillain. Thank you, Mom, for getting me tickets. Aw. That's awesome. Those look great. I love Moran's whip. Let me see if I can get the full picture here. Damn. YouTube won't let me see the full images sometimes. But I'm sure the full image is great. I like your braces. That's wicked. I feel like I don't see many Moran cosplayers, so that is really, really cool. Top in the streets, bottom in the sheets is like one of my favorite tropes. Ooh, Shi Qingquan or Till. Great choices. I like both of those characters. Ooh, Legend of Exorcism. Spoilers. Very nice. Very nice. Golden Terrace came out. Exciting. My little stream schedule. Okay. Aria's Drawing says I did some simple sketches of the Witch Hat Squad. Very nice. Oh, yeah, Brush Buddy. Let's go. Her reading case file gives you psychological Ebola. Literally. Literally. And, oh, very cute. Very cute. This is from Morazushi. Really nice picture. Yeah. Okay, my kick stitch, my baby. Okay, we're getting back. I'm gonna refresh. Yin Yu says, I made them before I started reading Morazushi, and now Meng Yao and JG, his birth name, have the same name. Oh, nice. Hey, I love Meng Yao. That's awesome. I love him. It's super cute. Little hug from behind. Spark says, I fuck so hard with Kate's OCs. Hell yeah. Oh, okay, that was Chongming. Got it. Hell yeah, Chongming. Tyler says, here's the Hyuna necklace. Oh, cute. I've been seeing a lot of Alien Stage blind boxes lately. Very nice. Some little ghost guys. Oh, everything! Exploration says, y'all look at my commission from Kate. Oh my god. Kate, incredible work! Oh my god. His name is Wan Jun, and he's one of my main characters for my BL Epic Romantasy I'm currently writing. This is my first ever art commission, and I'm so happy. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so glad. Of course, Kate's art is incredible. That's awesome. Good job, Kate! And thank you, Everything Exploration, for supporting our friends. Oh, I love this so much. Oh my god. Look at baby Hong Honger with the flower. Aww. Oh my god. Dude, I love these figures so much. That's awesome. More incredible work. Oh, very nice. The Lego collections. Stitch and I did one of those a long time ago when we first got together. Oh, cute, Wooming. Aw, I love that. It's such a super cute pose. And a little kitty. We have a new kitten. My grandfather found her out by the pigeon coop. Oh my god. Her name is Ash, and I'm claiming her as my daughter. Oh my gosh, a little kitten. Oh, what a baby. That is beautiful. All right. We are caught up. Gee says it's my birthday today. Technically tomorrow, but today for me. I didn't see what was said about the Kick Stitch baby. I basically just laughed. I thought it was great. Firstly, thank you so much for donating. Secondly, thank you for being a member. Thirdly, happy birthday. I hope you have the best birthday ever. Fourth, I think it's so funny I'm in your game and I had a baby. Fifth, I got my hair cut, and my hairdresser, when she found out I got married, asked if I'm having a baby soon. And I was like, no. And she was like, hey, whatever the world gives you. And I was like, yeah, that we're trying really hard, but it's not working. Sugar Kiss says, by the way, did you see Yee's Kickstarter? Yes, I want the fucking chonky Hua Chung so bad. Oh my god, he's so cute. You can make F-Preg real. I believe in you. Orion. Oh my gosh. Incredible. Okay. I am gonna be right back. I'm gonna be right back. And then we're gonna read some TGCF.
Surprise.
Surprise.
It's me.
Surprise, it is Stitch because it is Happy Pride Month and this is my wife.
Yeah, we were talking about like, oh yeah, we should like wear bracelets or rainbow bracelets or something for like Pride Month. And we're like, you're enough of a gay accessory, I guess. Yeah, it was the wedding rings.
You're my gay accessory.
That's right. I'm on your wrist.
That's right.
I was just about to start reading Golden Terrace. I don't actually know if that has come out yet or if it's coming out this Tuesday, but we got it, I think, maybe a day or two early.
Yep. I think a couple people got it today, and it's a good one.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to read it, so excited to talk about it, and it's also very exciting that it's like it won't take won't take me months after it has been released for me to make a book club video.
Yes, yes.
Like, I'm on that shit. Everyone's got to read Golden Terrace.
Esper Lady says, Stitch, I have been reading a Korean Pride and Prejudice called Behind Five Willows, and it is so good.
Oh, that's awesome. That sounds amazing.
That is cool. We love Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, I've been kind of itching to read something aside from anime, but I've got so many things I want to read. I'm like, oh my goodness, gotta add it to my list.
And Mountain says, ho ho ho, favorite ship kicked her ex Stitch.
It's a good one. My favorite ship too.
And Spark Ranger says, are you going to be doing a Golden Terrace book club video?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Golden Terrace was our first ever book club video.
Yeah, technically.
Because
we did do a book club video.
that was the very
old.
first one. Because do you remember that you quizzed me on what animal
Oh yeah,
it was in the woods that gets them? And it took me forever to get the
you
animal.
guessed like Bigfoot.
I guessed every single animal possible.
And Bigfoot. Yeah, and you know what? I don't remember what the animal is now.
You don't?
No. You can quiz me this time. Yeah, so we both read it, which will make it kind of an extra fun video. And I realize when I read it this time, this will be my 4th time reading it, which means I've read Golden Terrace more than any other anime by far.
And you don't know what the animal is?
I can't remember what the animal is.
It's the pig.
Oh yeah, the boars.
The boar attack.
Oh yeah, the boar attack. No, I remember. I couldn't
Yeah.
place what scene what
Yeah.
it was about.
Weebmeister was saying that they have the like original copies that we had.
We got the special edition with the little standee. I
Yeah,
don't know.
from the old publication, it used to come with a standee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a special edition for?
I can't remember. Probably for the second volume.
Maybe it's only 2 volumes long, which is also really nice because if you're like on the fence, like should I try it? And like small investment.
Hannah says, I just listened to Carmilla, the classic lesbian vampire novel.
Oh, I've read Carmilla.
There was like a web series
Yes.
based on that, right?
I've also watched there's like a little, it's on YouTube, I think.
Yeah.
A little web series, which is also really fun.
The creator of that came to my university and nobody knew who she was, and I hadn't seen the web series, but I knew that it was gay. So I remember going up to her and I was like super straight. If you can believe it. I was very straight to her. And went up to her and was just like, I just wanted to say I think it's really cool you made like a gay show. And she seemed like oh yeah, you're welcome.
That's so funny.
It was great. So yeah. Straighter can and will harm you. Spark Ranger says Golden Terrace 2 does not appear to have a special edition. Damn.
Oh, interesting.
Damn.
I wonder if maybe I don't know. I feel like I could just like guess randomly, maybe not. But it's like, is it because it was like published in English before? They think it's not gonna sell as well. Like people might already have a copy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was such a small run. So many people didn't get to have a physical copy. But
Yeah.
I'm excited for it to be accessible to way more people because a lot of people maybe have heard of it but haven't been able to get like their hands on the book.
That's right. Also, it's Guy's birthday.
Happy birthday, Guy!
And Guy, I think we got married in their Tomodachi Life game.
Oh my gosh.
And
Incredible.
that means that we have a baby.
Huh? F-Preg?
Yes.
Huh? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Who get? Is it like a mutual thing?
Yeah, does it say who gave birth?
Is there any? There's no birth, right?
Is it a swan, like a crane?
swan.
Oh no, I said swan.
A goose, a Canadian goose.
A Canadian goose comes and just like
delivers
drops
it?
off a baby.
Do we
Drop
get to
kicks
name
a
the
baby.
baby?
Yeah. What do we name our baby?
Kickflip.
Our baby's name is
You've given
Kickflip.
birth to so many of you.
No, our baby's name is Ollie.
Ollie?
Cause you got to Ollie to do a kickflip. You think like you can't do a kickflip yet, and Ollie's also like a name.
Oh, that's actually kind of cute.
Aw.
Oh no, do we have like an OC child now? That's so cute. Oh my god. Yes! Excellent. Hell yeah.
You do turns holding it in your marsupial pouch.
So that's what this is for.
That's so funny. Skateboard. Oh my gosh.
That's so funny. Yeah, I almost I could be at the hospital right now, but I, through miraculous turn of events, did not manage to hurt myself on the knife shoe on the floor.
Yeah. I just got a text from Stitch that was like, I tripped over your knife shoes, and I just saw tripped and knife and was like,
Yeah, after I sent that, I'm like, that actually might be panic inducing. Maybe I should send a follow-up text saying like, by the way, no harm was done.
Mountain says, may I draw you two? Of course you can. We can do a little pose for you. Yay! Aria's drawing says Little Mushroom was going to have a special edition, but the last minute became a hardcover edition. Oh,
I'm just happy to have like interior art and stuff.
yeah, me too. Flipping
It's
through
gonna be
Golden
so
Terrace
exciting.
and seeing
Yeah!
interior art for it was really, really exciting.
That's so, and like, cause the original, like the Peach Flower House cover, it was just kind of like some scenery, and I always was just like a tiny bit like, I wish I could see some hot anime boys on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. That's great. Spark Major says literally all the best scenes have artwork. Yeah. Right? There's
Yeah.
like the flower scene and then the bed scene and the and
I
then-
know
and the
all
carry-
the
and
sexy scenes.
I know.
I'm like, and I'm just looking through it, like,
and the kneeling
I'm
in
like,
the rain.
in volume 1, and I forget that's only 2 volumes long. So I'm like, yeah, like, let's move along quite quickly. So good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's been very exciting.
And also, I'm sure you guys all would love to hear how I'm still completely soaked. I didn't have time to change before the stream.
Oh yeah, I thought you were just sweaty.
Yeah, no,
like,
this
really
is
sweaty. I
from
didn't
washing
question
the
it.
dogs.
Yeah.
But we have a system down,
Yeah.
and that involves
Not
li-
for transmigration.
little-
For washing dogs.
the system from Scumvillain actually helps
Helps
us wash our dogs. We use little towels for Link because she can't realize she's being washed.
Yeah. You have to wash her without her fully realizing what's happening to her.
Yeah.
So like the buckets are behind her. I'm distracting her. I'm telling her a story. I'm holding her head. I'm like, look at me. Just look at my eyes. What water? What water? And then we got 2 buckets. Got the soapy water bucket. We got the rinsey water bucket. And then we have a third washcloth. Just a little normal washcloth for trying to dry her off. And then she just has to lay in the sun for a few hours because we're not going to get very far drying her.
And I just had to share with you guys because like Link is kind of like our special dog. She's a little neurotic. She's like a classic Shiba, very distrusting.
It's very scary.
She was so happy the whole bath time. She had no clue what was going on. She just sat there and I think
Yeah.
thought she was getting pats. Did she eat her chicken popsicle?
She needed some help, but if I broke it into like small pieces for her, she was able to gnaw on that. The whole thing was a little too overwhelming.
That's good. At the end of the ordeal, we give them a frozen chicken tender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often do you wash the dogs? We just washed them once we notice they smell.
Yeah.
They don't like stink, but like we're quite affectionate with them and stuff. So if you're like rubbing your face in them and you're like, they kind of smell like dog,
Yeah.
we'll
so-
give them a little rinse.
Yeah. So it's not super often, but that's just because it's such an ordeal. But as long as they're not smelly, it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming in to say hi. Yeah. You gonna read now?
Yeah, we're gonna read.
Okay, you guys have fun.
Okay.
We'll be reading a different book in the other room.
A lot of reading goes on in this house.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Do you need a drink or anything here?
I have water and I also ruined my Edgeworth posted notes.
No. I'll make you some new ones.
Okay.
Oh, like the blank ones, or
Well, just one of them.
just okay? I'll write you a new one.
Okay.
Love you. Open for some airflow, or
Just a little bit open. All right. Let's read chapter 68. Okay, someone write down the timestamp that of the stream. The reading begins an hour and 11 minutes in. It is Gaga time. Put some Gaga times in the chat. Put some rainbows in the chat. Put some butterflies in the chat. If you're a member, put some specialty member emojis in the chat. We got some good ones. I like this combo. like this combo, like he's giving lanterns. We got, oh no! Got scary guy. We got butterflies. Go rainbow butterfly. We have the 6 balls rainbow. Okay. Turn the music down. Chapter 68. The Besotted Boy, Brocade Immortal, Forged of Blood. Thank you, Jaded Chaos. Ah, little beautiful butterfly. Thank you so much. After a brief pause, Junwoo asked, "Where is Chi Ying?" Shalian looked around, and indeed, there wasn't a shadow of that young martial god to be seen. The heavens had been plagued with non-stop incidents recently, and perhaps that was why the palace of Lingwen was so busy, its wheels spinning so furiously that it was about to take flight. Lingwen had a few more dark circles under her eyes as she explained Chuan Yizhen's absence. "It's been a long time since Chi Ying has been to one of these meetings. We've never been able to connect with him." Some heavenly officials clicked their tongues. So where did that brat run off to? Not here again? I'm rather envious that he's managed to avoid all these meetings. "Since we do not know Chi Ying's whereabouts, we will inform you once he is located and allow the two of you to coordinate," Junwoo said. Right, because... Oh, thank you, Emma. Thank you so much, Emma. Because, Shalian is supposed to team up with Chuan Yizhen to go to Mount Tonglu, right? And fucking kill whatever being is trying to become a ghost king? Shalian inclined his head in acknowledgement. "Yes, Daddy. My lord." Sorry, he did not say daddy. It was now autumn in the mortal realm, and the weather was chilly, as it was inside Pucci Shrine. Although Shalian wore just one layer of clothing, he didn't feel the cold. However, on the way home, he used the money he made from collecting scraps to buy 2 new sets of robes for Lang Ying. Aww. Kate says, "He said daddy in my heart." Oh my gosh, thank you for sending party hat, Sugar Kiss. Good night, have a good sleep, Sugar Kiss. Hua Chung had returned to Ghost City, and Chi Rong had run off with Guzi in tow, so only Lang Ying was left in Pucci Shrine at present. It had felt so cramped for a while, but now it was suddenly deserted. As he approached the shrine, Shalian could see Lang Ying silently sweeping the fallen golden leaves away from the entrance and raking them into a pile. Lang Ying used to slouch, perpetually coiled in on himself in fear and anxiety. Maybe it was all in Shalian's mind, but he seemed to stand taller and straighter now, and he finally looked the part of a cheerful boy. That's so cute! Shalian couldn't help but feel heartened. He went over and took the broom from him, and he was just about to bring him inside when the villagers, who had been hiding in wait for him some time, ambushed him. Aunties and uncles and sisters, both young and old, they all clamored around him. "Daojong, you're back! Did you collect scraps in town again? Working hard, working hard. So, how come we haven't seen Xiao Hua lately?" Oh my god, they're all like, "Where's that hottie? Where's your hot boyfriend?" Yeah, we haven't seen him for days. We rather miss the lad. ... Shalian smiled awkwardly. Xiao Hua went back home. Huh? The village chief was puzzled. Which home? I thought this was Xiao Hua's home. Hasn't he settled in with you? No, Shalian replied. He only came here to play. Now that we're both busy, we parted ways. Hua Cheng had hounded him for answers that night, but Shalian was stubbornly adamant that they'd only had a fight. And now that Mount Tonglu... Sorry, let me reread that again. Hua Cheng had hounded him for answers that night, but Shalian was stubbornly adamant that they'd only had a fight. Right, so Hua Cheng was like, he didn't actually say it, but he was worried that they, like, kissed or had sex or something weird when he went into, like, ghost rut, but Shalian said that they just fought. Even though they actually, made out. And now that Mount Tonglu had reopened, Hua Cheng had more on his plate. If a new Supreme Ghost King really emerged, it would mean an assault on all 3 realms. Hua Cheng and Blackwater, though one was flashy and the other low profile, they both had considerable moral character. Aw, my boy, a moral character. They more or less knew their place and had a sense of propriety, but there was no telling what kind of creature would emerge this time. It would be troublesome if Mount Tonglu birthed a madman like Chi Rong, who would fight them for portions of their domains. Thus, Shalian used troubled times as his excuse and said that they had better not see each other for the time being to focus on their respective duties. And with that, they very amiably bid each other farewell. It seemed sudden and cold, like he'd turned his back on a friend, but Shalian really didn't know what else to do. He had no confidence that he could hide his feelings right now. Oh no! Oh, Shalian's like, you're really busy. You need to go back. You need to go. Because I can't control myself around you. He's got it very bad, yes. Behind him, Lang Ying suddenly said, "Fire. ... Only then did Shalian realize that the pot and spatula had somehow found their way into his hand while he was lost in thought, and he'd ruined all the meat and vegetables he'd just brought back to Pucci Shrine. No! The fire under the pot was almost 2 meters high, nearly scorching the ceiling, and Shalian hastily put out the flames with a slap of his palm. However, he slapped too hard, and the entire stove collapsed. Oh, brother! After the rumbling ceased, Shalian stood there dumbfounded, with the pot in hand, at a loss for what to do. It was just about mealtime, and the villagers were outside their homes, happily eating from massive bowls. Surprised by the ruckus, they all came around again. What happened? What happened? Daozhong, did your shrine blow up again? Again. Shalian quickly opened the window, coughing as he did. It's nothing, it's nothing. The village chief came over to take a look. For heaven's sake, this is an absolute tragedy. Daozhong, I think you'd better call Xiaohua back. You need your competent, handsome boyfriend. I know, Rose City Kimono, I love the again. Wordless for a moment, Shalian said, It's all right. After all, he's not from my household. But he could be. By the time he snapped out of it, Lang Ying had already cleaned up the mess on the ground. A plate of something vibrantly red and purple had also made it to the table. It was a dish Shalian had randomly prepared while he was zoning out. If his last creation was called Love for All Seasons Stew, then this should be called Riot of Colors Stir Fry. But other than Hua Cheng, there was probably no one on Earth who could swallow the stuff. Not even Shalian himself could bear the sight of it, and he turned around to wash the pot, rubbing his forehead. Forget it, don't eat it, throw it away. Yet after he finished washing the pot and turned around, he saw that Lang Ying had taken the plate and silently eaten the food. Stunned, Shalian hurried over to stop him. Heavens, are you all right? He asked, holding him by the shoulders. Do you feel bad anywhere? Lang Ying shook his head. Since his face was thoroughly covered in bandages, his expression was hidden. Even Qirong and Blackwater had lost their minds when they ate his cooking. But Lang Ying could actually handle it. Had he really been that starving, or had he received an unexpected increase in strength and power? Shalian managed to chuckle at his own joke. After cleaning up, he went to bed. Wow, that's hilarious. There were 2 mats in Pucci Shrine, one for each person. When Shalian remembered that he and Hua Cheng had lain together upon the mat beneath him, he couldn't sleep a wink. Oh my god. I wonder if it smells like him. His eyes were wide open, but he didn't dare to toss and turn, lest he rouse Lang Ying. After much internal struggle, just when he thought he might as well get up and go outside for some air, he heard the window creak. Someone softly pushed open the wooden frame and hopped inside. Shalian had his back to the window. He lay there on his side, shocked. Who was senseless enough to try and steal from Pucci Shrine? It was pointless work with no payoff. The intruder was very light on his feet and extremely skilled. No one would have noticed him unless they had Shalian's extraordinarily sharp senses. After he'd hopped in, he ran straight for the donation box. Shalian immediately remembered that the donation box had been full of gold bars earlier. Was this person here for the gold? But Shalian had long since brought those gold bars up to the upper court and given them to Ling Wen, who he asked to find their real owner. Listening attentively, Shalian realized the person wasn't trying to break the lock. He was stuffing things into the donation box, one after the other. After that individual finished his work, he headed over to the window to leave. Shalian mentally plotted his next course of action. He had a mind to follow after the person once he left to see who he was and where he was going. But in an unexpected turn of events, the person spotted the plates of food on the altar table when he passed by. Apparently he was hungry, so he didn't think twice before stuffing several bites of riot of colors stir-fry into his mouth. Thud. A moment later, he was passed out on the ground. It's like leaving cookies out for Santa, except you're not Santa, and then the cookies poison you. After that individual finished his work, he headed over to the window to leave. Shalian mentally plotted his next course of action. He had a mind to follow after this person once he left to see who he was and where he was going. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Thud. A moment later, he was passed out on the ground. Shalian immediately turned over and sat up. That saved me some trouble. He lit a lamp to inspect his catch. A purple-faced figure lay flat on the ground. Shalian rushed to the rescue and poured a copious amount of water down the person's throat, and soon he began to slowly come around. The first thing he uttered when he woke was, "What the hell was that?" Shalian pretended not to hear that comment. "Your Highness Qi Ying, you are far too reckless," he chided earnestly, "stuffing whatever you find in your mouth without knowing what it is." The young man had a straight nose, a defined brow, and a head full of curly black hair. Who could it be besides the martial god of the West, Chuan Yi-Zhen? He glared at Shalian. How could I expect someone to poison their own food, often offered in their own shrine? ... Shalian rubbed his forehead. He opened the donation box and discovered that it was filled to the brim with gold bars once more. Was it you who filled the box last time too? Chuan Yi-Zhen nodded. Why are you giving me this? Shalian asked. Because I have a lot of it, Chuan Yi-Zhen replied. ... Truth be told, even if Chuan Yi-Zhen wouldn't admit it, Shalian could guess that this generosity had most likely been prompted by the incident at the Mid-Autumn Banquet when he flung a chopstick to cut down the stage curtains. Take these back with you. I won't accept a reward for not doing anything, Shalian said. Yeah, that one, it was like about to badmouth Chuan Yi-Zhen's friend, right? Who we know. Chuan Yi-Zhen didn't reply and was very obviously not listening. Shalian didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Write it down, write it down. Nice, 20.5. He's telling you to take those away, Lang Ying coldly interjected. Lang Ying? When had he gotten up? Shalian gazed back at him, feeling strange. Lang Ying usually made himself invisible, desperately trying to shrink into the ground. Why was he saying so much unprompted today, and in such a shockingly unfriendly tone? But he didn't dwell on it. Failing all else, Shalian figured he could give the box to Ling Wen and have her shove it back on Chuan Yi-Zhen. So he straightened his expression. Your Highness, you've come just in time. You didn't attend the meeting of the Palace of Divine Might today, but the Heavenly Emperor has given us a mission. Have you seen the scroll? Never mind, it's all right. I know you haven't looked through it. I've reviewed it anyhow. We'll be working as a team, and the creature we're responsible for is called the Brocade Immortal. The Venerable of Empty Words was called Venerable because people didn't dare call it a rogue, a hellion, or an annoying devil so directly. It was forced praise. So then, why was the Brocade Immortal called an immortal? That was because, according to tales, the creature once had the potential to become a god. As the story goes, there was once a young man in some ancient kingdom many centuries ago. Although he was born half-witted, his intelligence no better than that of a 6-year-old child, his performance on the battlefield was a different story. His martial skills were extraordinary, and he was also brave and kind. His homeland was hanging on by a thread, surviving solely because he slaved away on the front lines to charge and shatter the enemy formation whenever they collided with another kingdom in battle. But because he was mentally ill and had no family, the military achievements that he put his life on the line for were claimed by others, and he was left penniless. No one was willing to marry their daughters to such a man, and very few girls were willing to come close. The young man was also stupid in this field, since he had never once interacted with girls. He didn't even have the guts to speak to them. However, this man possessed the potential to ascend. It should have only taken a few more years of battle for him to ascend to the heavens, so it didn't matter if no girls liked him. But the sad thing was, he fell in love with a girl, and he fell deeply. Just you wait till you find out who the girl is. On his birthday, the girl gifted him a brocade robe she had personally sewn. Well, I mean, I might be a little bit mixed up, but you'll see. You'll see what happens. I never mind, forget I said that. On his birthday, the girl gifted him a brocade robe that she had personally sewn. One could call it a brocade robe, but it was extremely bizarre and looked more like a horrific pocket of cloth. This was the first time in the young man's life that he had received a gift from a girl he loved, so he was filled with utter joy. Coupled with his natural stupidity, he didn't notice anything strange as he eagerly pulled the brocade robe over his body. There weren't any sleeves for his arms to go through, so he asked his beloved girl, "How come my arms can't stretch out?" The girl smiled cheerfully. "This is my first time sewing, so I'm not very skilled, but it won't be a problem if you don't have arms." So the young man chopped off the arms he used to wield weapons. Now the robe fit. However, it wasn't enough. He asked the girl again, "How come my legs can't stretch out?" The girl replied, "That won't be a problem if you don't have legs." So the young man asked someone to chop off his legs as well. Finally, he asked the girl, "How come my head can't peek out?" It was easy to imagine the conclusion. Shalian had originally assumed the brocade immortal was a nefarious creature wearing a brocade robe. Who would have thought it was actually the robe itself? When Mount Tonglu reopened and agitated millions of ghosts, someone had stolen the robe. It had become an exceedingly vicious and formidable spiritual weapon after it was soaked in that young man's infatuated blood. It had changed hands among nefarious beings over the centuries, and all of them had used it to cause harm. Thus, let this tale serve as a warning to never accept any old used clothing from unknown origins. If a stranger wants to gift you a brocade robe as you walk the streets at night, do not accept it. For if you wear that robe, your mind will be befuddled, trapped in a trance. You will become a pig for the slaughter, and your blood will be sucked dry. Of course, this was only a myth, and a rather outlandish one at that. The story could have easily been invented by someone who was extrapolated from the brocade robe's unique nature. Nevertheless, the brocade immortal had to be stopped, and they could not allow it to reach Mount Tonglu. "Your Highness, Qi Ying, Your Highness, are you listening?" Shalian reached out and waved his hand in front of Twenty-Gen. Twenty-Gen seemed to have spaced out, and only then did his spirit return to his body. Oh. It would appear he wasn't listening. But it wasn't Shalian's place to say much about that kind of behavior. Instead, he said, "So our current main priority is to find the brocade robe, I suppose. Its original form is..." "A sleeveless, headless, sack-like robe stained with blood," Twenty-Gen finished the statement. Shalian chuckled. "So you do know, and I thought you didn't read the scroll. But this robe is an evil object. It's also extremely magical, with thousands of forms. There are millions of articles of clothing in the world, and searching for this one item is like looking for a needle in a haystack." "Oh," Twenty-Gen said. "Then what do we do?" Nefarious creatures who get their hands on the robe will usually disguise themselves as merchants and beseech people on busy streets to buy or exchange old clothes for new. Shalian explained. "But that hasn't been a normal custom for centuries. It'd be rather strange if anyone tried it nowadays. The habit of nefarious creatures don't change easily or quickly, so let's go into town and see if we can catch wind of anything like that happening. Orion says evil thrift store. Ghosts paid more attention to these sorts of things than mortals, and the ghost realm's grapevine would be better informed. In other words, asking Hua Cheng directly would surely save a lot of trouble. But Shalian had only just told him that they shouldn't meet for a while, and it wouldn't look good on him to go back on his word the moment he needed something. Besides, the brocade immortal had only just been stolen, so the thief wouldn't be so quick to bring it out and cause harm. Zhen nodded, rose to his feet, and followed him for a couple of steps. Shalian noticed that Lang Ying followed suit. "You stay here," he told him. Lang Ying shook his head. Before Shalian could say any more, there was a sudden thud. Behind him, Zhen had collapsed again. Shalian whirled around. "What happened?" Shades of purple colored Zhen's face. He tried holding it in, but in the end, he couldn't. He flipped over, clambered to all fours, and puked all over the floor. ... After vomiting, Zhen rolled over to face the ceiling, his soul leaving his body through his mouth. "Qiying, can you still come along?" Shalian asked carefully. Zhen's limbs were stretched out like a starfish. "Not anymore. ... Shalian had to woefully drag Zhen, who had lost all will to fight, over to a corner and cover him with a blanket to let him recover for a while. Thank you, Tyler, for sending silver stars. It took until the next day for Zhen to look slightly better, but Shalian didn't dare let him eat anything from the shrine. He asked for some congee from the village chief's home and brought it back to fill the others' stomachs. Zhen sat in the spot Hua Cheng usually occupied, and for some reason, Lang Ying kept staring at him in a very unfriendly manner. Have you guys picked up on something? Shalian placed the congee in front of both of them and unconsciously murmured, "Sun Long." "Boy!" Before the words fully left his lips, the two turned to look at him. Shalian froze, and only then did he realize what he had blurted. He softly cleared his throat. "Please continue." While the two were sitting at the altar table eating their congee, Shalian took an axe and headed out the door. As he chopped wood, he thought back on the clues the scroll had provided. The brocade immortal was imprisoned behind an extremely powerful seal in a temple of divine might. The temple always has maximum security and is guarded by innumerable martial experts. A simple agitation of ghosts shouldn't have allowed it to escape on its own. Someone must have spotted an opportunity and stole it amidst the chaos. Tyler says, "I sent a star because he's a starfish." That's great. A powerful seal, Kate. In the past, Hua Cheng was the one who always chopped the wood. Now that Shalian was doing it himself, for some reason, it didn't feel like his wood was chopped as nicely as Hua Cheng's. Aww. Zhen miserably drank a few mouthfuls of watery congee, then tumbled over to sleep once more inside Puji Shrine. Lang Ying, on the other hand, came outside looking to help. Oh my god, are you guys ready? "There's no need, San La Ying. Why don't you heat up some water and take a bath?" Now that he thought about it, he didn't think Lang Ying had bathed in a while. Ghosts certainly wouldn't have to worry about skin oils and sweat, but surely there would be dirt to wash away after hanging around outside all day. Still, he couldn't say it straightforward to save the boy's self-esteem. Lang Ying seemed startled into speechlessness, but Shalian had already carried a bundle of logs inside to heat the water. "I sold some scraps in town yesterday and bought you 2 sets of autumn clothes. Once you're done bathing, why don't you see if they fit you?" Lang Ying was just putting on the new robes, but when he heard that suggestion, he turned to leave without a word. Shalian grabbed him to stop his escape. "Don't go! Bathing is a must," he chided earnestly. "Don't worry, I won't unwrap the bandages on your head." But Lang Ying still protested, and he plodded outside to chop wood, refusing to come back in. Exasperated, Shalian could only grab some logs for himself. While the water heated, he peeled off his clothes. Royer unwrapped itself loop by loop from around Shalian's chest. It was at that moment that Lang Ying came back inside, carrying a large bundle of logs. When he saw Shalian with his upper body bare, his eyes went wide. Shalian was testing the temperature of the water with his hand. Determining that it was just right, he began to climb into the bath while still wearing his trousers. He still has his trousers on, everyone. Oh, perfect timing, he called out as he saw Lang Ying come in. Can you please pass me the scroll hung under the bamboo hat on the wall? Gaga's nips are out. Look. And then look. Duh. Oh, I saw Gaga's nips. Shalian's so sexy. He does have the cursed shackles on his neck because they fixed it for the revised edition. Sorry, not revised, hardcover edition. Look at my copy. Thank you, Tyler, for sending hearts. Wizard of Moss, nice. Not only did Lang Ying not come over, he backed all the way outside and slammed the door shut. Shalian was puzzled. Not a moment later, Lang Ying seemed to remember something and forcefully kicked the door open once more. Don't kick the door! The door is... Shalian hastily cried. Lang Ying kept his eyes off of him and walked straight in. Chuanyi Zhen lay sprawled on the ground like a corpse, and he gave no resistance when Lang Ying picked him up and dragged him outside. He appeared deeply asleep. Only an event on the level of quaking earth and shaking mountains could rouse him, so he felt nothing as he was dragged along. Shalian didn't know whether to laugh or cry. 21? What are you doing? It's all right. It's not like I'm a girl. Come in. True, he hadn't bathed inside Pucci Shrine when Hua Chung was around. Pucci Shrine was too small, and the conditions there were tough. Having a bathtub himself was about all he could ever ask for. There wasn't a sprawling 30-meter-long bathing pool lined with privacy screens in which he could row a boat and bathe at his leisure, after all. But whether intentional or not, Shalian had never bathed in front of Hua Chung. But the one before him now wasn't Hua Chung, so he didn't see the problem. ... Lang Ying flipped Chuanyi Zhen over. Then he piled a bunch of random clothes over his head. He took the scroll Shalian had asked for and passed it over with his head down, and then sat motionless in a corner. Shalian loosened his hair and rolled the scroll open. Yeah, Orion's belt. It's like when Shalian's with Chuanyi Zhen, he's like, what? We're just dudes. Just two guys being dudes. What? But with Hua Chung, it's like, my crush. I can't let him see. My peanut. Shalian loosened his hair and rolled the scroll open. He read through it carefully, his brows furrowed in concentration. Steam warmed his face, giving it a rosy glow. His long hair and lashes were shimmering black and dripping wet. He suddenly noticed the thin silver necklace draped against his bare chest, and the diamond ring twinkling at the end of the chain. Shalian picked up the ring, curling his fingers around it to hold it securely. At the periphery of his vision, he noticed a tiny flower sitting on the corner of the altar. Without thinking, he picked up the flower and brought it before his eyes. He felt his mind cloud like the hot air lingering around him, and he needed someone to spare a hand and help him wave away the haze. Just then, there was a knock at the door. The sound pulled him out of his reverie, and Shalian set the flower back down. Before he could call out and ask who it was, he realized the knocking wasn't on Poochie Shrine's door, but rather on the village chief's house next door. I feel like people never draw his house very close to other people's houses. A woman's delicate voice sounded between the knocks. Is anyone home? Exchange old for new, exchange old for new. I have a brand new robe that I have no use for, and I thought that I might exchange it for a set of old clothes that captures my fancy. Is the master of the house open to this trade? Is anyone home? He hadn't even needed to go searching. The creature actually came knocking all on its own. She knocked and called out every house, yet not a single household opened their door to her. This was hardly unexpected. When Shalian wasn't out collecting scraps, he hosted lectures at Poochie Shrine, educating the villagers' aunties and grannies on hundreds of little tricks for how to identify evil. None of the villagers would fall for such an obviously strange, uninvited guest who arrived in the middle of the night. The people of modern age weren't as easy to deceive as in the olden days. The creature knocked and knocked, but still no one responded. Finally, it came to Poochie Shrine's door. Shalian held his breath tensely, but it seemed that creature could feel that this wasn't a place she should call upon. With an exclamation of, "Ah!" she could hear her footsteps as she turned to leave. He could. "Wait, I want to trade," Shalian quickly called out. Then he whispered to Lang Ying, "Open the door, don't be scared, nothing will happen." Lang Ying wasn't scared in the least, and he headed over to open the door. Outside there stood a girl with a slender and sensual figure. Just by glimpsing the bottom half of her face, one could tell she was lovely. However, she was wearing a headscarf covering the top half of her face. It was as if she didn't have eyes, and the effect was rather unnerving. She glanced inside and covered her mouth as she giggled. "Daochang, what kind of old clothes do you want to exchange for my new ones?" Shalian stayed soaking in the water tub to make it lower its guard. He smiled. "That depends on what yours look like." The girl extended her arm and gave it a gentle shake. A shining brocade robe unfurled from her cloth bag. It was beautiful, glamorous even, but the style seemed a bit outdated, and it reeked with an evil air. "Beautiful, beautiful," Shalian praised. "Lang Ying, give this miss the set of clothes I brought back from town." Lang Ying brusquely handed the robe over with just one hand. There's a footnote that says offering someone an object with one hand is considered casual and familiar, and it's seen as disrespectful to a stranger. The girl gave him the new robe in exchange and giggled as she received the old robes. She was about to turn around when her face suddenly dropped. It seemed something had pinched her hand, and she screamed and threw the old robe to the ground. Royer had crept and coiled within the heap of hemp fabric, and it peeped out of the collar like a white viper flicking its tongue. And this girl wasn't an ordinary girl. After the scream and the jump, her headscarf was knocked off by Royer's ambush and fell to the ground. Although the bottom half of her face was bewitching, the top half was wrinkled and aged, forming a horrifying contrast. What girl? She was clearly an 80-year-old hag! Kate, oh my god, Kate says, "I'm so into Shalian making business deals in the bath," right? That's crazy. Next chapter's pretty long. Okay, well, we can read a little bit of the next chapter, but I'm not sure if I can read all of it. Chapter 69! Ha ha ha! 6 balls in the chat. Separating colors, dye house wide open. It was a half maquillage woman. What does that mean? Okay, actually, I will be right back. I'll be right back. Stay put. You especially, you stay put. I'm gonna miss you. Amy the Lizard posting some very unique carbs. All right. I had to change my pants because I was tired of sitting in my wet clothes. All right. Chapter 69. It was a half maculage woman. The half maculage woman was a low-level ghost formed by the jealousy of older women towards young girls. Classic. Unable to accept the inevitability of aging, they were convinced that consuming the blood and flesh of young girls could restore their youth. Ooh. Orion, thanks for the donation. Appreciate that. They like to squeak in high-pitched tones to fake maidenly voices, but as the saying goes, eyes are the windows to the soul. They couldn't hide their old age, no matter how hard they tried. The bottom half of their face would appear younger the more blood and flesh they consumed, but the upper half that held the eyes would age faster. The stark contrast was far more horrifying than normal aging, but they would still stubbornly refuse to see the error of their ways. Oh, Kate, interesting. What's the origin of that word in general, then? Shalian emerged, dripping from the bath, and set a foot on the edge of the water tub, poised to take her down with a leaping attack. He's bathing with trousers on, right? Like, he's not, like, foot up on the bath, dick swinging. Like, this isn't a meat bun novel. I forgot there's a chapter where... Doesn't a guy get a mosquito bite on his dick? I didn't make that up, right? Wet pants, just like me. But at that very moment, 20 Gen seemed to return from the brink of death. He shot to his feet and let loose a mighty slap. The half-maculage woman was just too weak, and she was knocked to the ground with a wailing cry. Have mercy! Shalian unhurriedly grabbed his cultivation robe and casually draped them over himself. So you're the one who stole the brocade immortal. It's a drag ghost in this month of Pride. It wasn't me, the half-maculage woman quickly pleaded. I wouldn't dare break into the Temple of Divine Might. That was almost certainly true. If Shalian thought about it, a low-level ghost like this really wouldn't have the guts to break into a Temple of Divine Might so rashly, lest she be blown to smithereens. Blown to smithereens is such a fucking good phrase. His dick is 100% visible. Oh, because his pants are wet. Oh! Gaga's dick print. Oh my god. Do you think he's an A, B, C, or D? Definitely D. Besides, this half-maculage woman probably had no connection to the brocade immortal. By a rough estimate, her ghost age was 80-something, while the brocade immortal was centuries old. Then, where did you get your hands on this brocade robe? Shalian questioned. The half-maculage woman picked up the headscarf and covered the top half of her face anew. To answer, Dao Zhang, her voice shrieked high again. I found it while browsing the shops in Ghost City. ... You could do that? Find something like that while browsing the shops in Ghost City? Shalian was speechless for a moment. Then he asked, Who sold it to you? Daozhong, I beg of you, please, let me off the hook, the half-Makalash woman anxiously begged. I don't know, it's not like business in Ghost City needs to have 18 generations of ancestry checked. That was true, too. If starting a business there required such a thorough background check, Ghost City wouldn't be nearly as bustling. Total bulge. I feel like he's got normal pee-pee energy, you know? It's one that just looks right for his body. Shalian interrogated her for a while, but it was fruitless. Commerce could only come alive if there was room for loopholes. Shalian interrogated her for a while, but it was fruitless. After determining that this half-Makalash woman was no more than a clueless little minion, he called Chuan Zhen. Qi Ying, have one of your heavenly officials come to collect this female ghost. But Chuan Zhen replied, No, I don't have any heavenly officials in my palace. Not a single one? Shalian asked. You've never appointed any deputy guards? Nope, Chuan Zhen answered unapologetically. ... As it turned out, the martial god of the West always operated alone. He'd never appointed anyone to any position, not even a helper to manage the day-to-day essentials. At least, for Shalian, it was because he couldn't afford it. Chuan Zhen's situation could probably only be explained by his eccentric character. With no other choice, Shalian fumbled for a clay jar and used it to seal the half-Makalash woman away. Then he took the brocade robe from Lang Ying's hands and shook it open to inspect it. His brows knitted slightly. It certainly was wicked, but what was the best way to describe it? In Shalian's opinion, its evil chi was oddly superficial, like it was nothing more than a heavy layer of powder and rouge rather than emitted from deep within. Shalian's gut told him that this thing wasn't as dangerous as the rumors said, but he was still on guard. Not as big as Bingha, that's for sure, right? Kohaku says, I'm literally eating a whole pickle. Bad timing. Chuan Zhen glanced at the robe. It's fake. Shalian was taken aback. How do you know? It's fake, Chuan Zhen repeated. I've seen the real Brocade Immortal before. It's way more powerful than that thing. Oh, sad backstory. Oh, sad backstory. Ow, 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 ow. When did you see it? Shalian asked, curious. There are actually quite a few people who've seen the Brocade Immortal before, but they still couldn't identify it, so how are you so certain? Chuan Zhen fell silent. At that very moment, Ling Wen reached out to him via the spiritual communication array. Ooh, yeah, trauma thwarted by Ling Wen. Your Highness, we've just received information that there is a little ghost with the Brocade Immortal in hand, spotted about 10 kilometers from your Puchi shrine. Her voice rang in his ear. We'll need to trouble you to go take a look. Another one? All right, Shalian replied. Then he glanced at Chuan Zhen, and without making a sound, he asked within the array, Oh, by the way, one more thing, Ling Wen. Has Qi Ying seen the Brocade Immortal before? Qi Ying? Ling Wen said. He didn't just see it. It was much more than that. What do you mean? Shalian asked. It's complicated, Ling Wen replied. Is your Highness aware that His Highness Qi Ying wasn't always the martial god who ruled the West? That role was once held by His Highness Yin Yu. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Shalian recalled the Windmaster telling him this when he stripped during their adventure at Paradise Manor, so he couldn't help but feel his heart squeeze. I've heard that before. Weren't the two Highnesses Shishong and Shidi a pair of martial brothers in arms? Back before Yin Yu ascended, he was their sect's head disciple. One day, he saw a brash little street urchin, and in a moment of soft-heartedness, he asked his Shifu to take the boy in. That child was Chuan Zhen. They were peers for many years, and Yin Yu always took very good care of Chuan Zhen. He ascended first, and even appointed Chuan Zhen as a deputy general. You've met Qi Ying a few times, so you should know, Ling Wen said. He's a little bit socially unaware? That's a good thing, Shalian said. Ling Wen chuckled. Good or not depends on the person and the situation. Some people think he's a selfish, loose cannon, ignorant of manners, who doesn't give people the respect they deserve. If it wasn't for His Highness Yin Yu taking the heat on his behalf and smoothing things over when he first took set in the Heavenly Court, Who knows how many people would have tried to pulverize him. Those two highnesses must share a very good relationship then, Shalian mused. It was good. At first, Ling Wen said, but unfortunately later on, Qi Ying also ascended. Yes, Kohaku! Both ascended from western lands, so how should it be handled? Thus the two agreed to rule the West together. Shishong and Shidi presiding over their domain together. It sounded like a beautiful tale, but at the end of the day, one mountain could not support two tigers. If Yin Yu's abilities could be called 1 in a million, worthy of a heavenly tribulation sent forth from the heavens, then Chuan Zhen's abilities could carry him through 3 heavenly tribulations. In fact, maybe not even 1 in a million possessed such potential. It was fine at the beginning, as the gap between them wasn't so obvious, but the more time passed, the larger the rift grew. Chuan Zhen was clearly antisocial. Not only did he not attempt to build relationships with his fellow heavenly colleagues, he also never tried to ingratiate himself with his devotees. He actually did the opposite. He didn't bother to remember the names of any heavenly officials aside from Yin Yu, and he was audacious enough to regularly tell off and even beat up his followers. He was as out of line as they came, but his domain grew bigger and bigger, and the number of his followers only increased. In comparison, the palace of Yin Yu began to lose its shine. Finally, the palace of Yin Yu grew restless. This Shishong and Shidi always gave each other presents on their birthdays, and one year, Yin Yu gifted Chuan Zhen a mighty suit of armor. The Brocade Immortal? Shalian asked. That's right, Ling Wen said. Not only could the Brocade Immortal drain blood from and kill its wearer, but it also had an even more unusual ability. If a person was given the robe as a gift, they would be forced to obey every command of the one who gave it to them. Since both Shishong and Shidi had always been friendly with each other, Chuan Zhen put the armor on without a second thought. Soon after, Yin Yu played a seemingly unintentional joke, while Chuan Zhen was under the control of the Brocade Immortal. And Chuan Zhen, with his mind possessed, did exactly as he was told. If not for Jun Wu, who noticed something amiss and stopped him in time, Chuan Zhen would have cut off his own head and dribbled it like a ball. That incident was a huge deal at the time. It caused quite an uproar, Ling Wen said. Naturally, Yin Yu was banished from his esteemed heavenly position, and thereafter harming one of his heavenly colleagues. Logically, the two of them should have fallen out afterwards, but Shalian recalled that silly play the worshippers of the palace of Qi Ying put on during the Mid-Autumn Festival banquet. The clown jumping up and down behind Chuan Zhen's back was most likely Yin Yu, and yet Chuan Zhen's reaction was outrage, followed by his leaping down to the mortal realm to knock some heads. I believe Qi Ying still thinks very highly of His Highness Yin Yu. Might there have been a misunderstanding? Who knows, Ling Wen said. Whether or not there was a misunderstanding, the person in question has been banished for so many years now, so who cares? Some things might not be as they seem. Shalian nodded and was about to bid her farewell when Ling Wen added, Wait, Your Highness, there's more. I wasn't done earlier. 30 kilometers out from your Puchi shrine, there is another unknown creature with the Brocade Immortal in hand. Isn't that a little too far? And why are there two? Shalian asked. I'm not done, Ling Wen said. Listen well. 22 kilometers in the northwest, 7.5 kilometers southeast, 11 kilometers north. After reporting 27 or 28 locations in one breath, Ling Wen finally finished. Yeah, that's about it for now. By the time she was done reporting, Shalian had forgotten everything and felt rather woeful. Your palace is quite efficient this time, isn't it? But for now, are you saying there might be more? Could Ghost City be distributing Brocade Immortals? Pretty much, Ling Wen replied. In Ghost City, there are many peddlers of unknown origins who sell counterfeits while wearing fake skins. They change skins once they're done, so those in the know usually don't randomly buy things off the street. Still, there are ghosts who think of it like hunting for antiques and the like, and the thrill of hoping they hit the jackpot. Many small-time vendors in the ghost realm heard through the grapevine that the brocade immortal had been stolen and are using this chance to scam buyers, saying that any random robe they dig up is the real deal. Unbelievably enough, there are still quite a few ghosts who fall for it and try the robes out on people. It's really giving us intel gatherers a headache. This would thoroughly interfere with their search for the real brocade immortal, with so many brocade immortals popping up everywhere. It would be impossible to find the real one. Since they were assigned the mission, they had to come up with a way to complete it. I guess we should start with the closest one and search from there, Shalian said. Shalian didn't have any spiritual powers. Chunijin didn't know how to draw the teleportation array, and neither of them had any deputy officials. But of the locations Lingwen had given, thankfully the closest to them was an abandoned dye house only 2.5 kilometers out. Without further ado, even though it was the middle of the night, they hastily departed. At first, Shalian was going to make Lang Ying stay behind at Puchi Shrine, but he tagged along and refused to be ushered back. Shalian figured this trip shouldn't be too dangerous and could help give Lang Ying some experience. He was planning to train the boy in cultivation anyway, so he was allowed to stick around. The three hurried on their way under the cover of night. As they ran along, they heard creepy voices chanting a work song in the road ahead. Hey, hey, ho! Hey, hey, ho! Hearing that familiar work song, Shalian stopped his steps. A giant shadow gradually emerged from the mist ahead, along with 4 ghost fires floating around it. Chunijin was poised to make a move, ready to beat it down without asking a single question, but Shalian pulled him back. Don't worry, I know them. Sure enough, 4 golden skeletons carrying a step litter appeared before them. Chunijin had never seen anything so magical before, and his eyes went wide and shimmered. Is this your highness the crown prince of Shanla? The head skeleton sang. It is. May I help you? Shalian answered. No troubles here, no troubles here, the golden skeleton sang. We, brothers, have time on our hands and wanted to inquire if his highness the crown prince is in a hurry. Perhaps we can give you a ride. The journey wasn't long, so Shalian wanted to decline, but Chunijin cut in and exclaimed, Yes! He was already eagerly climbing aboard, and looked like he really wanted to give this strange but majestic step litter a try. Shalian didn't know whether to laugh or cry! Oh my god! He just climbed up to grab Chunijin when the step litter tipped and chucked the intruder out. Shalian swayed as well, but someone steadied him. San, he blurted. But when he looked back, it was Lang Ying. He'd climbed on without anyone noticing and was holding tightly onto Shalian's arm. A pair of inky black eyes watched him silently. The skeletons hastily picked up the step litter, and their 8 legs spun like 4 fiery wheels. They dashed steadily away while shouting into the night. Move, move, don't block the way, don't block the way. Kicking him out of the step litter is hilarious. Yeah, anytime anyone does anything nice to him, he's thinking of Sun Lang. We got a picture soon. Chunijin was heartlessly thrown onto the ground, but he jumped to his feet, clearly not giving up. He was determined to leap on. But the skeletons were too fast, and he was always a step behind. He remained in hot pursuit, looking like he really, really wanted to ride in the step litter, just to feel the thrill, just once. Shalian watched Chunijin give chase so vigorously as he rode along, and he couldn't help but feel that this was a little mean. Wasn't this like they were bullying a child? Oh my god, look at him running along. Oh, thanks, mountains. You're so nice. Even though he knew the step litter belonged to Hua Cheng, and he might not welcome other heavenly officials riding it, he couldn't help but ask, can't this step litter carry 3 people? It can't, it can't, it can only seat 2, the skeletons sang. They ran at top speed the entire way, and Chunijin chased them the whole time. Once they arrived at their destination, the golden skeletons allowed Shalian and Lang Ying to disembark, then picked up the stepladder and ran off, speedily disappearing from sight. In the end, Chunijin never managed to board it, and he watched the stepladder disappear with extreme disappointment and visible longing. Oh my god. Shalian stepped off the litter holding Lang Ying's hand. Ahead of them, he could hear loud cries and wails coming from that abandoned dye house. Shalian was puzzled. Didn't Ling Wen say this dye house was abandoned? As they walked closer, the wailing voices grew clearer. This lowly one won't ever dare to sell counterfeits in old Lord Hua Chengzu's territory again. We'll really never do it again, but please tell the good old Chengzu that I got those fake brocade immortals from other ghosts. I'm a victim too. The three arrived in the dye house and bumped into a black-clad ghost masked man who had only just emerged from within. It seemed he'd been waiting for a long time, and he bent slightly to greet them. Your Highness? The voice belonged to the officer who had once helped Shalian by catching Lang Ying on the streets of Ghost City. At the time, Shalian had seen a cursed shackle on his wrist. It's Yin Yu. The Windmaster had once told him that this person might be Yin Yu, as there were only so many heavenly officials who had been banished in recent years. Shalian asked, How do I address you, sir? Please, your highness, I am but a nobody, the masked man replied. As they entered the abandoned dye house, Shalian was blown away. There were all kinds of clothing hung on countless wooden racks, wedding robes, government attire, ladies' satin, uniforms, children's clothes. There were also crude hemp shirts stained with copious amounts of blood, so much it was like they were afraid people couldn't tell that there was something off about them. Piles of layers, and they were all sinister and heavy with evil chi, like each and every one was a living corpse standing before them. Even if they weren't the brocade immortal, they certainly couldn't be anything good. Long strips of fabric dyed in many colors were hung high from the wooden stacks, some ghastly white, some filthy. It had been a long time since anyone had touched them. Chunijin crouched next to a large black vat of dye and became singularly fixed on the contents. The fluid had a funny color and emitted a strange smell. Shalian was afraid that he was going to dip his finger and lick it any second, so he hastily dragged him away. Outside in the yard, a band of ghosts were bound by a single iron chain, and they crouched low, hugging their heads. This is... Shalian wondered. All the nefarious creatures guilty of selling the brocade immortal in Ghost City are here, as are those who attempted to use it anywhere nearby. The ghost-masked man answered. A total of 98 pieces of clothing have been collected. 98 pieces, and they must have all been caught extremely quickly. Shalian was slightly touched. Aww. Oh my god, I just remembered how they actually find it. Oh my god. If there is any new movement, we will proceed with the utmost haste on your highness's behalf, the ghost-faced man continued. Hearing this, Shalian couldn't help but say, There's no need. Please tell San Hua Chengzu that he really doesn't need to trouble himself like this. I can take care of it myself, too. The results would have been the same. It just would have taken a little more time and energy. He was a titled heavenly official, working for the heavens after all. Even if he didn't have many worshippers, this was still his job. Naturally, Chengzu understands that your highness is capable of doing this effortlessly, the masked man replied. But this is also precisely why he hopes my lord won't waste energy on small errands that anyone could accomplish. Your highness's time and effort should be spent on more important matters. Like him. ... Shalian deliberated for a moment, but in the end, he still asked, May I ask how your Chengzu is doing right now? Oh my god, they can't be flirting through Yin Yu. Lang Ying nonchalantly swayed back and forth next to Shalian. Chengzu is very busy at the moment, the ghost man said. The ghost masked man replied. Oh, that's good, Shalian said quickly. Hopefully everything goes well for him. I wish him success. They questioned every single ghost that had been arrested, and each and every one was adamant that their product had been distributed to them by a mysterious masked individual. They didn't seem to be lying, but in a place like Ghost City, how many hundreds of masked individuals roamed the streets every day? The interrogation was fruitless, and so the ghost masked man yanked on the chain and bid them farewell as he led those yowling ghosts away. The 98 pieces of ghost clothing were left behind. Shalian felt that in all the years he had spent collecting old clothes, he had never seen so many in one place. As he rummaged through them, he suspected not a single one was the real thing. Chi-Ying, why don't you come and take a look, he said to Chuen-Yi-Jen. However, Chuen-Yi-Jen only scratched beneath his loose, curly hair and shook his head. Too many ghost robes. Every single piece of cloth emitted an evil chi, now all intermingled. It made it impossible to tell which ones. If someone possessed a sharp sense of taste, they would be able to differentiate between the flavors of candied pear and apple stuffing, but they could hardly do the same if 98 different kinds of fruit stuffing were mixed together and presented to them to try. Shalian tried to think of another method, but when he turned his head to look, he saw that Chuen-Yi-Jen had picked up a robe and was about to try it on, then and there. Shalian hastily stopped him and hung the robe back on the rack. Stop! Chi-Ying, let's agree on two things first. First, don't put random things in your mouth, and second, don't put on random clothes. Those are both very dangerous things to do. Chuen-Yi-Jen pointed behind Shalian. Then what about him? Shalian suddenly smelled something burning, and he followed the direction of Chuen-Yi-Jen's pointing finger. Lang Ying had lit a match he had found in some corner and was calmly setting the bottom hem of a ghost robe ablaze with practiced ease. Don't play with fire either, Shalian exclaimed. It's like, oh my god, Shalian. The ghost robe seemed to feel pain from being burned. Its hem rolled upward, and it was twisting like mad, trying to get away. It looked more like a live eel than a piece of clothing. The image, surprisingly, looked rather cruel, and although Shalian could smell burning, there was no evidence of it on the fabric. It appeared these ghost robes had soaked in enough yin energy that they resisted destruction by fire. Upon hearing Shalian telling him not to play with fire, Lang Ying casually tossed the match and stepped on it to put out the flames, looking entirely obedient once more. Shalian didn't know whether to laugh or cry, and he walked over. Oh my god! $23.5 is wild. 4 in one stream? What's with you today? He trailed off, and his face stiffened. This was because he saw, not too far away, a long white piece of fabric hanging high up on a rack and gently fluttering in the night breeze. The silhouette of a human was slowly creeping across the cloth's surface. The shadow had no head. Shalian pulled Lang Ying behind him. With one swift movement, he drew his sword and slashed. Everyone, watch out! His swing cut the fabric and the shadow in half. However, when the cloth landed on the ground, there was nothing behind it. The headless silhouette had disappeared. Shalian had no chance to rush over to check before he felt a chill on his neck. He snapped his head back and his pupils shrank. A beautifully dressed woman had appeared silently behind him. No, it wasn't a woman, but a robe. What he had just slashed in half was also a robe, and once it fell to the ground, it was covered by other textiles. From all around, countless humanoid figures emerged, swaying and rocking slowly, gathering around the three of them. They had hung those 98 ghost robes in the yard, on the veranda, and inside the dye house, and somehow, without them realizing, all the robes had struggled free of the racks. Shalian was dumbfounded. They were all fine before. What's going on? Beside him came a quiet voice. The agitation of ghosts. Shalian turned his head to look, and the one who spoke was Lang Ying. Although his expression showed no unease, veins were bulging on the back of his pale hands. He was very obviously being affected by something as well. Another wave of ghost agitation. As the day when Mount Tonglu would open its gates approached, its tremors grew more and more deafening in the ears of ghosts to remind them. The first thing Shalian thought was, how is Sanlong doing? However, the current situation didn't give him much time to be gay. Didn't give him much time to think. While his mind was rapidly spinning, over 20 ghost robes had already flung themselves over. 20 swung his fist without a second thought. If that punch landed on the wall or ground, it would surely rock the earth. But this 1,000-pound fist collided with nothing but clothes. Even children know that in rock, scissors, cloth traps rock, and that light, malleable cloth was perfect for subduing fists. Rock, scissors, cloth. Okay, everybody rock, scissors, cloth me right now, okay? Ready? We're gonna go, we're gonna go on shoot. We're gonna rock, scissors, cloth, shoot, okay? Get ready. Actually do it. I'll know if you don't do it. Rock, scissors, cloth, shoot. I got you. I won. I won! I beat all of you. No matter how hard he launched his punches, the fabric could simply wrap around them and would incur no damage. Only Shalian's sword was effective, but those ghost robes were extremely light and agile as they evaded. A simple spring backward could put over 12 meters between them. Since they barely weighed anything, there was practically no sound or breath of air that gave away their movement. Avoiding their ambushes was much more difficult than avoiding a human opponent. Usually it was people who picked clothes, but now it was clothes picking people. The 98 ghost robes each eagerly searched for a body that fit them, a person they fancied. Among humans, it was women who loved picking out clothes. Among ghost robes, it was the female styles that loved picking out humans. Dozens of long ladies' skirts, all in different colors and styles, urgently pressed themselves against Shalian. Even the threat of his sword couldn't force them away. It was a battle more heated than a group of women fighting over a pretty robe they fancied. Shalian was surrounded by blooming flowers and silk, squeezed between those female robes and pulled from all directions. Oh dear. 20 yanked off several pieces of children's clothing that were stubbornly trying to lower themselves over his head and tossed them aside. He was puzzled as he looked at Shalian. How come all the women's clothes like you so much? He wondered. Maybe because they think I look friendlier? Shalian answered. However, not a single ghost robe went to harass Lang Ying. Perhaps they knew he was also a ghost, and that there would be no point in siphoning from him, so they didn't approach. Interesting. I think it's because... I'm not even gonna say it. Shalian swung his sword and sliced a number of ladies' dresses, but the robes that were cut in half still moved as they wished, their dodges even more agile. From the corner of his eye, Shalian saw several ghost robes sneaking towards the window. "Close the door! Cast an array! Don't let them out!" he shouted. With 2 gods and 1 ghost on hand, they could deal with the situation, but it would be a bit more difficult if the ghost robes snuck outside to seek trouble. His shout came too late, though. The dye house's yard was open air, and a long robe was already outside, fluttering its expansive sleeves. It soared into the air like a giant bat and shot away into the night sky. Shalian groaned mentally, then shouted, "Qi Ying, I'll leave the dye house to you." Then he pushed off with the soles of his feet and flew outside the walls, catching the bottom hem of that long ghost robe. The long robe tried in vain to flutter its sleeves as hard as it could, but with the added weight of an entire person, it couldn't help but plummet to the ground. Shalian still held its hem in a death grip. However, it was exceedingly cunning, and with a loud rip, it tore off its own corner like a warrior chopping off its own arm. It hastily slipped away from Shalian's hands. A random passerby happened to be on its way home after a night of drinking, and he screamed in fright at the sight of a headless creature flying at him. Ah! A headless ghost! It's headless! Shalian charged over and seized the robe again, then showed it to the passerby to comfort him. Don't be scared, don't be scared. See, it's not headless. There's no body in there at all. The passerby looked, and sure enough, it was completely empty inside the folds of that robe. This was definitely more horrifying than a headless ghost, and his eyes rolled back as he fainted on the spot. Shalian quickly caught him and gently laid him on the ground. So sorry, I'll take care of this right away. After all the chaos was over, Shalian could finally get to work seizing all the ghost robes that had flown out of the dye house. He counted them, making sure not a single piece was missing, before letting out a sigh of relief. With things settled, Shalian said, I suppose our only option is to use Qi Ying's simple, crude method. Let's try each of these robes on and see. He wouldn't have minded putting them on himself, but that could go badly for his two partners. If he did actually put on the brocade immortal, who knew if they would be able to deal with any accidents that might happen? In the end, they decided that he would stand and watch while the other two dressed. Both Lang Ying and Chuan Yizhen peeled off their outer robes and started trying on robe after the other. With every new robe, Shalian would give simple commands to see if they would obey, like jump or spin around. They tried on every single one of the 98 robes, both testing 40 to 50 apiece, but they didn't seem to have any strange reactions. Not a single piece in this pile of ghost robes was the brocade immortal, and they had worked all night for nothing. Both still dressed in only a single layer, Lang Ying and Chuan Yizhen squatted on the ground while Shalian sat atop a mountain of clothing of all sorts. Supporting his forehead with his hand, Shalian mumbled, There really is no value in buying fakes. He sat there like this for a while before seeking out Ling Wen in the communication array. Ling Wen, I've collected some ghost robes. Even though the real brocade immortal is probably not in the pile, they're still rather wicked and troublesome to deal with. Can you send someone down to take them away? Acknowledged. I'll coordinate it promptly. How many pieces have you gathered? Ling Wen answered. 98. Shalian replied. Your Highness truly is a capable man, collecting more than what I reported to you, Ling Wen remarked. Shalian softly cleared his throat. It actually wasn't me. But before he finished his sentence, a familiar chill ran down his spine. Shalian paused, then looked up. Upon the rose of light, a flowy white fabric in front of him, there was the dark, shadowed silhouette of a human. This time it wasn't headless, nor was it fluttering. The one standing behind those long curtained fabrics was very much a man, and the edges of his features could be easily distinguished, such as his remarkably tall height and the disheveled state of his hair. Oh, shit. Alright, that's the end of that chapter. What do you guys think? .5 is wild. That was a lot of laugh or cry. I'm glad I could provide good background. Kate says, I think women love Shalian and I'm one of them. Shi Qingxuan would have happily gone on this mission to try on clothes. Aww. It would have taken way longer. Yeah, 20 Gen is funny. The silly gays are being silly, indeed. Well, we'll be right back tomorrow at the same time. We'll probably read a little bit quicker in the day because we won't have as much community to look through. Well, a little bit of community, but not like the weekend catch up. And yeah, then we will keep reading. Oh, yay, Kate, I'm glad to hear you could finish some more commissions. Don't worry, you'll have to wait under 24 hours, Jaded Chaos. Okay, thank you guys for hanging out, and remember to go to Kickter.com and check out the Yowie shirts. check out the Yowie shorts and the newly restocked Danmei Book Club tote bag. And the Kickstitch wedding sticker. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. I love you, and yeah, bye!